Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac, Repentance, where today we are going to do a run on the hard difficulty played as Cain. We do not have a lot left to do as Cain, I don't think. We have Hush, we have, I think that's the blue baby, right? That seems right. Mother, that could be fun. We'll see what we do. If it ends up being a pretty strong run, I'm actually tempted to go for Mother, I suppose, because it's just one of those nice things to get out of the way after all. Struggling to really attack anything. Haven't played this game at all in days, so that is how it tends to go. This is the warm-up run and subsequently the only run I'm playing today, so it's gonna be an exciting one, I'm sure. Why would you try and practice a little bit before recording when you can also just go in and believe in yourself? And that's exactly the kind of strategies I like to play with. Do need to be a little careful not to forget about that one that's taking the other route, but other than that it's looking okay. Everyone is exploding into legs, which is not great, but it just means we get to spend a little bit more time in this room. If we're specifically going for Mother, then it doesn't really matter if I'm going quick or not, so depending on how this run is going to go, we'll see what we see. There's just a random black heart out of a room. That's Charm of the Vampire, which is fine if I get a predominantly red heart build. I did get more damage, which I was not aware that that item is a damage up now, so that's actually pretty good as well. And all in all, I have 2 bombs, so it's likely I'm going to try to look for my secret room, which I'm guessing is to the right of this room. So things are so far looking pretty okay. Not sure if I should mess with this sacrifice room at all. I'm a little tempted. Just 1 hit there. Not 2, but if I get like another heart, maybe I can heal up a little bit with Charm of the Vampire. Okay, there's not much floor left, unfortunately, but you know, we'll see, we'll see. It could end up being worthwhile. I still need to enter my secret room as well, and there could be health in there. Tempted to use this pill in case it's like bad gas. I found pills. That could have been paralyzed as well, and then that would have been pretty bad. This is a good boss to heal up on, though, when you have Charm of the Vampire, because he does spawn a large quantity of flies. So ended up getting a little bit of health back from that as well. I could play the sacrifice room like a couple times. I can get that black heart in the end as well. That's not going to give me health, unfortunately, but 3 coins and a range up. So far, the items are not especially spectacular, but fine, I suppose. Really? Okay. That severely limits the amount of possibilities where it can be, really. Unfortunately, it limits it. No, it doesn't really. Wow, I actually. Yeah, I mean, it's over here, but it's such a strange place for it to be. Unless it's one of those secret rooms that's next to one room or something, but fortunately, that was not the case. There is... I should have probably pushed that barrel thinking about it, but oh well. And let's go get ourselves to 1 heart using the sacrifice room. Then see if this is a full health pill or not. Just making it as safe as can be in an arguable way. And take the black heart and move on. And yeah, we're just going to go to Downpour this time around. I've already been here. I have 3 coins, so I can actually get this. 2 of spades for more keys. Hierophant. I think I'll just... yeah, I'll just use that and take the Hierophant with me, I suppose. I don't mind having that. If the Devil Deal is particularly spicy, I can take a couple more if the game allows it, so that could end up being pretty good. And with that, we are pretty much back at full health. Plus a couple more enemies killed as well. Probably should have opened the door before using that 2 of spades, but it would have been a lot of walking around to ultimately save 1 key, so I'm not too bothered. Curse of the Blind means we're going to have an exciting time trying to get items as well, so I think I'm probably just going to risk it. I'm not entirely sure what to do about my Devil Deal just yet, but hopefully the choice is going to be made for me. Because I'm willing to make some bad decisions today and see what happens. See if we can still win if things go too horribly. At least so far, I feel like my movement is okay, so we're playing on a day where my hands work, which is always the question anytime I start playing an Isaac run, really. It has been a minute since I've played in the fabulous place called the Dross, but so far this floor is treating us fairly nicely, so that's working out. There is a item room over there, which is good. Gotta watch out for these enemies though, but after killing this one, I should be able to just run up and try to deal with the other one without probably having to worry too much. Having said that, I have gotten some erroneous hits from those enemies before, so I wouldn't have been overly surprised if one just landed right on top of me. I will probably not try to go for any, whatchamacallit. I don't think I want to go for a planetarium. Like, simultaneously, I'm a little tempted to at least try, simply due to the fact that we cannot see. Oh, I see what I have to do. Oh, it's a puzzle. Oh boy, and I'm not doing this puzzle very well. Okay, there we go. Gotta watch out for that gas cloud, but I think that should work out. But yeah, a little tempted to go for the thing that is called planetarium, simply because I cannot see what's in my item room, and it might end up being worthwhile. Simultaneously, I kind of like just playing around. There is like a lot of kind of dangerous items which I don't have unlocked yet, like Isaac's heart and stuff like that, so it doesn't really matter what I get, I guess, in my item room. Really was kind of expecting that to be a super secret room as well, but fair enough, I guess. That red button kills everyone, so might as well use that immediately. And with that, we have a couple of options where our secret room might be. A little tempted to try the room to the right over here, but I think there was more options than that. Hermit and Tower. Neither of these is really piquing my interest just yet, but we'll see what else we can get, I suppose. Tower could actually be pretty okay in the boss fight, thinking about it, but I don't really want to drop this Hierophant card, so I think I'm just going to go. Turtlet, that's not the worst boss in the world. I'm not super familiar with this one, but he doesn't have that many attacks, I don't think. It's like a weird Larry Jr. with this Zippo attack where he just zips around a lot. You can kind of tell when he's going to do that as well, because he sort of like leans into itself before doing it. And then you can tell it like this, basically. Oh, and then he turned into 2 bits, so he stopped doing the actual attack, so that's fair enough. I think if I lose my Black Heart, I still basically win, because it's just not the strongest boss in the game. But it is one that can catch you off guard, I suppose, if you're not ready for that dash attack. Plus he does leave around a lot of this creep, which sort of throws you around as well, which can be kind of dangerous. Fair enough. 2 devil deals, can't see which either of them are, so, you know, always a good time. Demon Baby. And Necronomicon. Well, fair enough. I think with that I will actually... I'm tempted to go for the Curse Room. And of course, Fruity Plum, always a good time. Yeah, let's go check out the Curse Room, actually, because I think I can kill just about anything that could be in there with the Necronomicon. I can heal back up with the Red Heart. If need be, I can use the Hierophant card. It was completely out. Well, there were spiders, I guess, but... Overall, this is fine. It's a little precarious, sure, but it's not technically the worst situation I've ever been in. And I might just use the Hierophant card here to save myself some trouble. I'm not sure if Fluty Plum is part of the conjoined transformation, but if it is, I'll be happy. If not, we'll surely find out soon. And I will actually just use this Hierophant because I'm scared about losing my Devil Deal. There is the Necronomicon in full effect. Cleared out most of the danger in the room, and that enemy dropped a large quantity of money, which is actually pretty good because we've been getting very little. I'll take this trade, actually. We got a couple keys to play with, so that's pretty good. I'm tempted to say that my super secret room could be there as well, but obviously not guaranteed. Couple of dangerous monsters waiting for us under the water, but nothing too bad. And overall, nothing too worrisome. Another reason why I'm tempted to switch out keys for bombs as well as, of course, the classic I'm Cain and I have a good trinket situation, so that is also fairly tempting. But so far things are looking good. That is Ipecac, which is incredibly good. That does change things a bit, doesn't it? I will pretty much take Ipecac every single chance I get, unless I have like a particularly bad synergy or something like that, but in most instances I'm gonna say it's probably worthwhile, and probably should have tried to save up for a shock stock up or whatever, but no well. I'm not sure how Ipecac and Being the Lost are going to work together specifically, but I'm hoping that it's not going to be too bad. And that is the kind of positivity I'm taking with me as we're progressing into this run. The buckets, I believe, can have the leech inside, so I'm a little tempted to blow them up, even though the odds are clearly not going to be in my favor on that one. And I also need to be a little careful for those gas clouds as well, as they can be rather dangerous. They can blow me up rather easily. And I do hope I'm going to find some bomb protection during this run, but I am absolutely not expecting it at all. Let's just try to blow up that. Still, I'm not sure if I tried to blow up that wall where I thought the super secret room could be, but I should. Especially now, since I have some explosive options available. And would you look at that. It was indeed a super secret room. Very good. We have some bombs to give to the bomb beggar, but I'm not sure if that's really going to be worthwhile. I'm guessing the mirror room, yeah, it's right here. Need to make sure not to break that mirror, actually. Because that would be a waste of a mother run if it dies here in such a silly way. But overall, I'm feeling fairly confident. Wondering what my boss is, and I'm a little bit scared about the big poop bag, so it's not. It's the regular poop, I guess. It's the black poop indeed, and not terrible to redo as the loss, but I'm not super good at it. He dies pretty quickly, as you can see, but I'm just not that experienced with it, so I'm not sure what to do there. Go ahead is probably... I mean, I kind of have to. It does mean that I cannot take that one, unfortunately, but that'll just have to be fair enough. And I guess I can use the lost form to get into my curse room as well without taking damage. Plus, I can use the lost form to get that bomb. So thinking about it, that trade was probably not worthwhile. And I can see if we can get some soul hearts out of this as well. It is actually very tempting to try... I was gonna say, it's tempting to try and get that multidimensional baby just for the conjoined transformation, but then I remembered that I have Ipecac and that's going to make my life miserable. So maybe I'm not going to do specifically that, because it's gonna make me throw a lot more bombs than I'm really willing to deal with. So I might just skip out on that idea for now, but instead... have I found my secret room? Not at all, huh? Did I not try? No, I have tried that room. I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I think I might just leave, actually. I'm a little tempted... actually, I'm gonna go to that room in the top left to see if those blue flames carry any soul hearts, actually. I think that might be worthwhile. Plus, perhaps we can find a leech in these buckets. I don't know if the buckets contain the same things, but I have to assume it's not going to be the case. There was... yeah, it's a little different for sure. So let's blow up these 4 flames. It doesn't look like it. Unfortunately, no more soul hearts, but that's okay. So there is a tinted rock there. I don't think that tinted rock was there on the other side. But I'm a little tempted to check now, though. I should actually blow up that pot as well, thinking about it. Because that can have some money inside it. And with that, yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave. I've no real strong intentions to try to mess around with the boss right now. Where is my secret room? I'm deliberately not breaking the like a couple things here and there as well, just because I don't want to deal with the aftermath. I'm curious where my secret room is, actually. It could technically be here, but it would be a horrible location. Yeah. There's still a couple of options. Like, it cannot be here because that would be next to a thin room. This has like a giant hole in there, so it could be here, I guess. Or this is not a secret room. I guess that might be an option. Probably. Not sure if that's an option, actually. It could theoretically be a one-room secret room next to this challenge room, which I cannot actually enter. So there is, yeah, there's that. And I think that's more or less the only option available, unless it's underneath the... Like, I tried this and failed. No, I didn't. Really? That seems like a silly thing to forget for sure. Ah, well. At least I can still enter my curse room for free without having to become the lost, so that's good. I can briefly enter this secret room on the other side, though, because I'm a little tempted to see if those 2 blue flames carry over any hearts at all. That was a great way to do that. Fortunately, you don't stop being the Lost if you just don't clear any rooms with enemies inside it, so that's pretty good. This is always a little scary in this room, but I decided to go for it anyway. Blow up these. Might as well check out the curse room as well while I'm at it, I guess. It wasn't too scary. I don't think there's going to be anything in there, but I do like to check it. But we did end up with a little bit more money. I could technically buy that sack. I'm tempted by restock, actually, because that can end up being kind of good. Provided we find a bit more money throughout this run, but I'm just going to hope that's going to be the case, I think. And I doubt I'm going to be too disappointed. Gonna leave the multidimensional baby behind and just move on with our lives like this. We are going to get a devil deal every single floor from now on, so that's obviously, hopefully going to be pretty good. On account that means that we just have a higher potential of getting something like brimstone or something like that, which could be really nice. The controllable tiers could probably be kind of fun, but simultaneously pretty difficult to use at the same time. And this room worries me, but we're just gonna have to do one room before we stop being the Lost after all. We can now pick up these pills, even though we created a bridge as well. We have a lot of ways to get that. So that's good, I suppose. Open up so you may die. Necronomicon, not technically terrible. It's just not the best. I might as well actually do this, huh? Soul of Judas. That is not bad, actually, because that's a little bit of invulnerability. It's better than I found pills, I suppose, in any case. So that's at least something. And these enemies all die fairly easily to the items that we have, so that's pretty good. But yeah, this can take us out of a rather precarious situation if we were to enter one, so that can be kind of useful. Might as well destroy every single mushroom in the game, just in case any of these contain any useful items. Might also lead to the fungi transformation and get that extra heart container as well, so I can see forever is going to save me shooting at walls, so I guess I don't mind that too much. And there are some barrels on those things that allow us to create bridges. So if we create a bridge like so, yeah, like you see, like I said, now I have a bridge to work with, obviously. Can I do this? Can I do this? Oh, that works. Yeah, alright. I guess it might have hit the rock or something. I'm not actually sure what happened there, but I guess. Oh, I think it just explodes in the wrong order. Yeah, that might be what's happening there. I can probably make this work, though. I mean, I don't really need one more bomb, I guess, but it's at this point, it's more about the principle of the whole situation. Come on. Come on. Do this. Yeah. Yeah, I'm struggling a bit with this one, unfortunately, but I'm sure that even if I don't manage to do this, I'm gonna be okay in the long run. It's just... this is possible. Yeah, there we go. It's the little things in life that are very important to me. I don't think I'm gonna bother with this curse room just yet. Maybe if we find flight, then at least I'll take a little bit less damage going in there, so that can be kind of good. Doesn't look like there's a secret room over there. Maybe over here, though. A card. That is the Hanged Man. Well, I guess that's the flight I was asking for. Balls of Steel. Again, one thing to remember with this character is you start off with the lucky foot and all the pills are going to be kind of good, so it's good to eat everything. It's not just like I'm eating pills willy-nilly, and it's not like I forgot that until this moment in the run where my fourth good pill showed up and I was like, why is this happening? No, I definitely remember it this entire time. This is part of my game-winning strategy. And that's how you play the game. But fortunately, even if you don't remember that, it still works. So it's stuff like that, that if you just consistently eat pills with every character, occasionally you're going to be a character where it is actually good. And yeah, just use every bad strategy I have. I don't think this affects Ipecac, unfortunately. So let's instead have that, which is not terrible. I don't mind the extra tier rate. I don't love the extra Bibles, but simultaneously, I don't hate Bookworm with Ipecac. Because Bookworm at least kind of goes in the same direction. With Conjoined, I'm a little bit more worried simply because it's going in 3 directions, which are very much like 45 degrees away from each other, and that can just lead to really awkward situations. Whereas, yeah, Bookworm doesn't really have that problem. It just goes forward. And it just means you're dealing a lot more extra damage, so getting the Bible wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, provided I get a third one, like a third book somewhere in this run, really. I'm not really interested in keeping the Bible, although it's not terrible. It's not a terrible idea to keep the Bible, actually. Because I'm guessing that still works against, like, Mom's foot and stuff, so against that I could be pretty good. Boomerang is it's a little tempting just for the fun of it. I never really take Boomerang, but it's because it's deals 2 times your damage on hit. Really? Is that not good? Because with Ipecac, I'm dealing a lot of damage, so if I... I'm suddenly interested in the Boomerang, it turns out. Now that I know what it does, rather than just being awful, it actually might have some uses. Ooh, that was a close one. I mean, I'm a little tempted to try now. I know I should save the money so I can buy a Bible later and not have to worry about that stuff anymore, but... I mean... Simultaneously, we're gonna get a lot of secret rooms because I just have to try. Because this thing recharges itself after you catch it. Well, it just recharges itself, really. The catching part is more or less irrelevant to that statement, but it does recharge pretty quickly. Tough twins, that's not bad, especially with Ipecac. We'll try it in a minute, it's just that this boss is just a bit nicer. Wow, that just removes them, though. I mean, Ipecac does as well, obviously, but still, that... Hey, look at that, that's really good! I'm actually pretty impressed by that. Krampus. Because it hits it a couple times as well, doesn't it? Like... Huh. Would you look at that? The things you learn when you read. Life truly is full of mysteries. I'll take this, actually. There's still a couple swords there, but I don't really need them with this. Don't know if there's any tinted rocks here, but I don't really care either, because small rock is not really going to improve my world. I just have more of a speed down and a damage up, I feel. So I'd rather just go like this. I have 2 heart containers now, so I can more easily take one of the various devil deals. That is not going to be Krampus in the future, so that is going to be pretty nice as well. These enemies are not very good against explosions either, so that is quite nice also, but gotta watch out for those rocks. That's another shot speed up, which isn't too bad. I don't mind shot speed with Ipecac, actually. It does have its moments. I should go into my curse room as well. That is a red key. Do I like the red key more than the Boomerang? I mean, I have to say pretty much conclusively the answer to that is yes, but I mean, I did also just forget how curse rooms work, so maybe I should just stick with the Boomerang. I'm a little bit tempted to just stick with the Boomerang just for fun, you know, because like red key is showing up every 7 minutes, every single run, but the Boomerang, that one doesn't show up very frequently. And it's important to learn about these things. That's a bunch more money. That's also a nice thing about Ipecac and blowing up every single rock and thing in existence. You're probably at least going to get 1 crawl space if you just diligently destroy everything. Do need to be a little bit careful with those explosions, obviously, but it's not the scariest thing in the world. And it does clear rooms rather quickly. I can skip rooms with it as well, so that's pretty cool. Let's go that direction. I'm curious if that becomes a... It doesn't become a curse room door. Oh, right, because I'm coming from this direction. Oh, then I don't even mind that red key usage right there, I suppose. It ended up being kind of okay. Plus I got 2 more rooms out of it, so that's kind of cool too. Little tempted to see if I can go into that item room for free as well. Right, really this is more of a learning session about what items do. 1 being the Boomerang, of course, but the 2 also... An important second, I feel, is the red key, because I don't... Even though I say I find it every 7 minutes in every single run that I play, that's not really true, is it? Unfortunately, I just cannot create a room next to it, so much for that idea, I suppose. It doesn't really look like I can create rooms in many of these places, so... Maybe I should just spend some time instead to try and find the super ultra secret rooms instead. Because I should probably learn the rules about that whole thing there. And theoretically, I would say that this is an option, right? Alright, that's fine. Well, even if it is an option, it's not a very good one, because it wasn't the correct one. But it is something about, like, 2 adjacent red rooms should be able to be made next to it or something along those lines. That both lead to that same room, and then it's probably in a place as well. There's some rules to it that make sense, and somewhere. They make sense if you're smart enough and spend some time reading. And I usually spend just too little time in the rule reading section, where ultimately I am my own demise. So in the end, I'm just happy that I didn't accidentally destroy the doorway to this area with my epic hack, and as such maybe have made it impossible to reach, because I don't think you can use the minecart anymore once you destroy that door manually. So overall, this run is filled to the brim with excitement and good choices. The path here, of course, the great soul heart that you can't quite pick up unless you have flight, which is really just when you are Azazel in this particular section, unfortunately. Don't think you can really have flight any other way here, unless there's another flight. Well, the Lost, I guess. The Lost also has some form of flight, I suppose. And it's probably not going to struggle too much with this section. Simultaneously, if you just do this often enough, then eventually you only get hit like 4 or 5 times. So that's not so bad. There's also, I find this place a lot more difficult in co-op. But that's just because it can be rather difficult to like it only chases one of the 2 players, and it can be very easy to accidentally just get it flown into you because the other person is dodging something. So really, it's just one of those things. It's just a little bit trickier when you're playing with multiple people. Nevertheless, it is a great experience. There was a tinted rock in that room. Can you go back in there? No, it closes. Because I just saw a tinted rock at the end there, but unfortunately, no, I can't get it. Which is a shame, really. Nearly walked into that cursed room for really no reason. I'm gonna use this, I'm gonna use this key one more time, I think. And after that, I'm going back to the boomerang, just because I want to play around with it at least a little bit. I can get that soul heart for free, pretty much. So that's pretty nice. Box of friends. I mean, the thing is, I still... Well, I was gonna say, on the one hand, I still need to get Box of Friends to create, like, the bandage girl, but that doesn't really work in this mode, now that I'm thinking about it, so that's not really a plan. Simultaneously, I'm not really going to find a horseman because of the places I'm going, so there's that to consider as well. Really, this is just not the run where I can really use Box of Friends very well. I'm even just deliberately not gonna get many more followers, because I don't want to get conjoined, so there's really a lot of reasons why it just doesn't really work out, unfortunately. I also need to look out, I guess, that I don't get an I am error room thinking about it. That would not be great. Alright, so... I'm gonna try this in the shop, I guess. I don't know if I can create a room there. There's a golden key there, but I don't think it really affects me. But if I... no, this doesn't work, does it? Oh no, it does. Yeah, it does. Okay. That's a curse room. Where am I? I actually don't know what floor this is. This is like... is this technically depths 1? It seems like it would be, right? I don't know. I'm just gonna take this into the devil deal and see what happens. I can at least get some of my health back in the shop. I will use this on this floor. I really want to just play around with the boomerang some more, you know? Creep, that's fine. It's not really anything to worry about with a build like this, because he does wait a bit before attacking. And I deal oodles of damage, so it doesn't matter too much. Just need to not get hit by rocks, really. Soap. Okay. That's okay. There's the Bible. I guess I'm not on the floor I thought I was, but that's okay. I'll take this for the sake of touching it. I will get this. I mean, I'm not really losing out by taking it. I might as well. I should probably pick up synth oil as well and not just leave it on the floor. My range is getting pretty big. My damage just went up by 1, so that's pretty good on this build especially. I will go back to that boomerang in a second. I'm just clearing up remaining stuff and then gonna buy some soul hearts in the shop and get that boomerang and leave. I think, don't think I need flight for anything on this floor, to my knowledge. Well, I guess we're going into this curse room. It's not too bad. Could have used Soul of Judas actually to not take that damage there, but that's fine. I've lost a decent quantity of health, I guess because of that devil deal as well, but still, I thought I lost less. I will actually just give a couple bombs to the bomb beggar, because I'm not really using bombs ever, so I don't really have a reason not to. I don't mind having a bit more money. Maybe he'll give me a bomb item. Maybe I'll just give him all my bombs. Maybe he'll just give me half a heart instead. You know, just really good stuff. Well, I actually got some bombs out of it. Fair enough. Toxic Blast isn't too bad. At least it's a room-wide effect. So at least that gives me some strength. Just double check. I have indeed not done... I've not gotten the mother kill on this character. For some reason, I just suddenly started doubting myself about what I've actually done. But I'm pretty sure that the mom icon is not on this post-it. So we're good. We're good, we're good, we're good. We're going to the mausoleum. We're gonna get 5 coins just for going into the arcade room. Another 7 coins just for causing some wanton destruction. And my coin count is... I just got a large quantity of coins there. It was actually really nice. That's pretty good. If there's another soul heart in one of the shops, then I can just get that. So that's nice. There's a challenge room with 1 gold chest. I'm tempted. Look at that boomerang go, though. Like, it's genuinely just destroying. I'm actually really surprised by how good boomerang is being. I haven't had this experience before. I usually see boomerang and just go tee boomerang, right? And then move on with my day, but it's, yeah. It just goes through stuff, and with it, I mean, it's specifically with Ipecac, I suppose, that is worth mentioning, but it is just going through enemies. Like, look at that. And it stuns them as well with enemies like this. That's pretty good. Obviously, it doesn't kill these one very well because it just puts them in their second form and then the boomerang leaves, but look at that. It clears a room. It clears this room almost. It clears up to 2 enemies, and that can be pretty good. Probably more if you're not bad. That was actually a pretty good shot. I'm happy about that one. Okay, I wanted to press both buttons. Oh well. This is a puzzle room, you could call it, or have Ipecac, where the puzzle changes a little bit. Otherwise, you have to use that red thing to move it around and touch the buttons, but Ipecac does have a tendency to change some of these puzzles a little bit. And I appreciate him for it, so that's good. Pretty fly. Pretty good, more like. Hey! I guess I should just go in. I feel like my curse rooms have been somewhat kind to me. Health up. Speed up. Luck up. Bad guys. I mean, overall, I'd call that a win in terms of what I got from that, so yeah, I'm not too bothered. Also, the wind thing is active on the entire floor rather than just on the one room where you take the damage. Which is why I'm running really quickly now, so kind of appreciate that as well. Ended up getting more keys and losing there, so that's also pretty good. Just good stuff all around. This is a big room. Oh. Some enemies in the middle. Large quantity of rocks. Not sure if any of these are tinted. We'll probably miss it if it is, because it's a lot of rocks. Little tempted to, like, look around a bit for... How quick am I shooting? I guess this is also part of the take damage, get tear rate item, but I have a tear rate right now. I was not aware. I'd actually really like the 9-volt battery at this stage, because now that I know about the potential of the boomerang, my eyes have been opened, and now I'm curious what I can do here. God, that's so nice. I'm genuinely so appreciative of this boomerang because I was not aware how much damage it actually did. That's another bomb item. Okay, so the Fruity Plum, fortunately, is not part of the conjoined transformation. I am now one item away from the conjoined transformation, so I do need to look out for that at least a little bit. Where's the last of the friends? It's over there. Need to not get cursed. There we go. Not sure where my super secret room... Oh, never mind. I have an idea where my super secret room might be. Not sure where my super secret room is, actually. That's a little bit more damage, but I'm not sure if +1 damage is really going to be worthwhile. I'll take the this.
Pretty fly.
I can see forever. Yeah, it's going to make life a little bit easier, I guess.
I can see.
And another health up. That could be good, actually. In the instance of another good devil deal, that might be worthwhile. I'm not sure where we are right now in the floor count. Mausoleum 1, so we can at least go back, even if we go to the boss room, so that's good. This room is not... Well, I found a way to make it bad. I was going to say, this room's not too bad. Then I ran into spikes. That's how you do it. There is the Heretic, famously named after another video series I made. Please watch my Heretic videos. They're okay. They're not terrible. Yeah, look at... You stunned the boss with the boomerang. How can you not love the boomerang? It's genuinely the greatest item ever put in a video game. We unlocked Gehenna. We found Mr. Squeezy. Do I like Spectral Tears? I kind of think the answer to that is yes. I also should probably take this. I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that too. There is a decent amount of health on this floor anyway. I could technically use the... whatchamacallit, the... Oh jeez, careful now. I could use a health up pill, but I think I'd rather just have soul hearts. Yeah, I think that's true, because I wouldn't mind having the Polaroid for this run in particular. There wasn't a soul heart in here. There's a shopkeeper, which I'm struggling to... Excuse me? Yeah, alright, my tear rate gets real dumb when I get hit a couple times. That's also kind of good to know, I guess. I think I'll just go like this. I think this is fine. I think I'll just leave. I think I'll just break a couple skulls and then leave. If I have this for the mom fight, though, I'm not bothered. That'll do. Let's go. Do I regret taking that devil deal the way I did? Kinda. I do kinda. But I'm sure we'll be okay. Hopefully we can find some more health somewhere along the line, but I mean... Do you really need health when you got Boomerang, though? When you think about it, when you look at the information at hand, is the Boomerang not strong enough on its own? Exactly, yes it is. Curse rooms become a little bit more tempting once you have the potential for really silly tear rate when you take damage. I mean, it's only one heart, right? What are the odds of losing one heart? Gonna be bad. Exactly. 0 chance of that being a bad idea. If you just convince yourself hard enough, then eventually you might believe it to be true. And if I win, I'm gonna count that on my self-confidence and not because my build is ridiculous. Because that's the way to play the game. This is fine. Rooms like that are okay when I can just clear them instantly. Ipecack's so good. Like, I think even if I had none of the other items, I think Ipecack might... Well, the tier 8 helps a lot, obviously, but Ipecack alone is still so strong. But then you add Boomerang to the mix, and it's like, wow. It's like a whole new Isaac. I've never seen powers such as this before. It clears rooms even better than regular Ipecack does, because it throws a banana at people. That is good somehow. I'm also glad that Ipecack tears don't bounce off those enemies, because that would have been terrifying. Need to not attack too much in this room, because it's going to make those eyes move. Every time I hold my attack button, they move a little bit, and I don't care for it. Because I get confused by which direction they're going in, and then I take damage unnecessarily. That is potential for soul hearts. Not great potential, but some potential. It's not zero. I'll just blow this up. And that is a bridge, I do believe. Pretty good. I guess it doesn't matter where you actually, like which direction you blow it up in either, which is nice because my tear rate does not, well, my shot speed doesn't really allow me to aim in certain ways right now, which is a little worrying. That was a way to take damage as well, which I'm starting to get in the worried zone in terms of my health situation. I don't like being in the worried zone. It's not the place where I like to hang out. It causes me to make silly mistakes. Plus, I'm still in a place where I need to get used to how long these whips are and stuff like that. So let's play this a little bit safer simultaneously. I already have a boomerang. I don't need any other items. Does this do anything? Take the luck up, I guess. Speed up your...
Speed.
Balls of steel, yeah, I'll take that too.
Balls of
Unidentified pill.
speed.
Another speed up, because I guess one of them was probably a speed down, but became a speed up. I'm curious. I don't think this works, but I'm just curious enough to try, and I have the explosions to blow this up anyway, so... Let's just do that. Membership card. I mean, I have to assume that's still only going to be one boomerang, but theoretically it could also just be two and just be real dumb, so... That is a fun little thing to try out. I don't like those enemies either. They have too much health. I don't care for it. Found my secret room by accident. So that's good. Is there still someone alive? Wow. Big room. Look at all this money that I could have just picked up before blowing up my donation machine, but I had Ipecac and excitement in my on my side, so unfortunately it was not to be. I'm gonna look for tinted rocks a little bit more. I should actually just blow up every rock thinking about it, because for one, my tier 8 has once again reached this, and for two, there could also always be a crawl space, and there could be some good stuff in there. It is pretty much always worthwhile to at least try, I'd argue. Come on. Yeah, you are. Now I know Mom's foot is going to be at the end of that door, so let's just travel a little bit more. Touch the invisible red button behind that thing right there. There's another soul heart in the flame, so that's good. I think that's more or less everything I can do here, though. Unless I buy just random stuff from the shop. That's, I guess, an option I have. I could buy like a bunch more pills that I just keep blowing up the machine, but I just don't really feel like doing that. So instead, let's just go and hope for the best. Hope this works out. I'd say this is working out okay. Watch out for the brimstone. There you go. Get the Polaroid. For once not opting for the damage up. It doesn't really do that much for me. Neither does this. Well, Guppy's head probably actually does a lot for me, but I don't... I'm in a boomerang high right now, and I'd rather have the health. Let's blow up these eyes. Yeah, Isaac, right? Because I just blow up some eyes. Right, mother? You get it. Yeah, this build's pretty good. I mean, I will need to take some damage to get an optimal effect out of it, I guess, but even without max tier 8, it still seems to be fairly effective at least. So, you know, we have a chance. We have a chance. I wouldn't mind a little bit more health, just because we're not on max health, really, but other than that, I don't mind this build so much. Need to watch out for tears here. Yep, need to watch out for tears here. I do have a lot of orbitals. I don't need to watch out as much, I suppose, but I'd rather just not take silly damage right now. I want to play this really as safe as anyone has ever played this game, and that's just how I'm feeling right now. Obviously, Ipecac doesn't immediately feel like the safest item in the game because of all the explosions continuously, but it seems to be working out. Little difficult to hit those enemies there, but it's working out as well. These bombs are not too troublesome. And a challenge room with one golden chest. I've done all the other ones, but I don't know, I'm just not feeling this one. Don't think my secret room's there, but it can be a little difficult to say. Sometimes Ipecac tiers just are a little fiddly when it comes to opening up secret rooms, so I do like to try it frequently, just in case. That's a double bomb. But it did open up my secret room, so I can't really be too mad about it. Sure. I'll take that. Extra tier rate doesn't seem too bad. Yeah, that's right. I got boomerang. I'm just so very happy about it. It's rare that you find like a use for these items that you've just kind of written off for years, you know, and suddenly, oh, they're actually okay now. After the game has gotten its 17th expansion, and now finally the boomerang kind of goes with your items a bit, so that's kind of good. This is worrying. Oh, that ended up somehow not damaging me, and I'll take that entirely. I think if we find a dark bomb, it's actually kind of tempting to take it with the amount of health that's currently on this floor, but it does require it to like pay back a decent chunk of health, I guess, so it's unlikely. That's a lot of batteries, which I can technically use to just... Well, I could use the boomerang to get me a battery to throw another boomerang, so I guess, you know, it's not useless. Technically. There we go. Might as well give a couple keys here, because we're probably not gonna face too many locked things. Alright. That's a soul heart, so it was a good idea. It worked out. Boomerang. That's right. Can't stop this action. I think the little battery zapped for a bit and nothing happened, so I'm guessing my boomerang just got charged as well, so that's pretty good. There's the Scourge. I'm like, genuinely still so amazed by what this boomerang has been doing. The Polaroid was active there, which I'm a little worried about this whole situation, but yeah, that could have gone better for sure. Speed up, sure, I'm already max, but fine. Guppy's Paw, and I think that's my shadow, right? Not Judith's shadow, because it's upside down, so I don't really care about either of those. Just gonna go. I think I'm fine. How much health can you possibly put on Corpse 1 when Corpse 2 is there to really have all the health? That's right. That is perfectly reasonable logic that is based on anything. Come on. Don't be mean. Very good. I was a little worried about those eyes, but they ended up not being too big of a deal. There's a tinted rock right there. With 2 soul hearts inside, did I not say that Corpse 2 was the land of much health? It was definitely based on my extreme good knowledge about this place where I've been possibly a grand total of 9 times. So, you know, it's very factual. I do need to stop blowing myself up now though, because it's getting out of hand. Gotta watch out for these guys being a little quick, but other than that, if you are aware that they're trying to just get behind you, then nothing's too bad. I don't like this room at all. There's a couple of eggs. If they are eggs. I've been calling them eggs, I think. Cocoons? I guess... I mean, enemies just sort of pop out of it. There's larvae coming out. They're probably sufficiently called eggs, right? I was pretty much just waiting for Demon Baby to finish the fight there, and it ended up working out. Yeah, I'm not actually sure. Would those be eggs? They are popping out of, like, flesh, but simultaneously it is in a corpse, and it's more like maggots and stuff that are coming out of it, so it wouldn't surprise me immediately if one would call this an egg, you know? So really, it's quite the predicament. It's probably the thing that I'm currently thinking about more than anything else in this run as well, so... Really, it makes you think. It makes you food for thought, you know? Just all the other sayings that sound very roughly like that and mean effectively the same thing. There's like a fly in there with a bunch of eggs inside it. I mean, they're eggs. I've come to my conclusion. I hope no one minds that the last 7 minutes of this run are all just going to be egg-based, because that's how it is. There was a tinted rock there in the corner. I actually managed to hit it. With a soul heart inside, technically. Pretty good. Alright. First, the difficult part, then the slightly less difficult part. We have Soul of Judas, so we do have some invulnerability. We also have Polaroid. The odds of death are low, to say the least. I have Boomerang. Like, come on, look at this. Didn't stun Mother. I'm just gonna sit here for a bit. Don't love this at all. Not great at this phase. Especially when you actually have to play it. It's rare, but it does happen. There we go. A lot of damage taken, but you know what? Now my tear rate's fun. I'm pushing Mother away. I'm just gonna put her in the corner, I guess. Whatever works. And I'll just chill here. Oops. The damage doesn't really matter too much. I'm gonna use Soul. Oh, that. Did she genuinely get frozen the exact millisecond that I used Soul Judas, or was it just that I flew into her and didn't pay very close attention? Because that seemed like one of those moments where the battery baby actually froze the enemy instead rather than me. But I might have just misjudged that. It was kind of difficult to tell for sure. Anyway, I'd be okay if this phase ended ever. I feel like I've never had this phase last this long with an okay build. There we go. Like my damage and my tear rate was ridiculous. That should not have taken that long, I feel, but let's just use the boomerang one more time to get that heart. I'm gonna take that heart with me into that chest. Ah, the boomerang doesn't move when you're jumping in. Fair enough, we got Guppy's Eye, which is, it's alright. It's another part of the Guppy transformation, I think, so that's alright. We have destroyed Mother with one more character, and we're running out of things to do with Cain, which is a little worrying, because at some point I'm gonna have to stop clicking on the random button and actually make a choice. But we're not there yet. I hope you've enjoyed it so far. Next time we play, I'll do a different run with a different character. And I hope to see you all there. Bye-bye.